Hello, I'm David Chester with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week at Everything You Need to Know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news the Vatican is piling in with strong criticism of banking and finance. But first in the US, the number of births in 2017 fell for the third straight year to their lowest level in 30 years. And Canada has added 30,000 jobs in April, led by hiring in professional and business services, trade and manufacturing. But this was at a lower level than for March, which was unusually strong, but substantially better than for April 2017. And trade tensions are about to get serious between the US and the EU. The EU has said it will reactivate a law barring its companies from complying with US sanctions against Iran. And Argentina is not the only emerging market in trouble. Turkey is as well, with their currency now valued at a record low. Its central bank, whose independence is under threat from a strongman ruler, has been forced to issue a "we will take all necessary steps" statement. And the Vatican has called for more regulation of markets and financial systems. They say economic crisis showed that financial markets were not able to govern themselves properly, and they require strong injection of morality and ethics by regulation. And they were particularly critical of derivatives trading. In China, house prices are slipping, and the pace of the falls, although it's still quite minor, is picking up. In the important city across the border from Hong Kong, that's Shenzhen, the fall is a notable 2.2% in a year. And the surprising change of government in Malaysia was a rejection of a deeply unpopular leader. One of his policies was to introduce a 6% GST, and the opposition promptly cancelled that tax on gaining power. However, they're moving to replace it with a sales and services tax, which is signalled to be a variable rate between 5 and 15%. They will have a substantial fiscal hole until the new tax is in place and working properly. Australia posted another small gain in labour force participation and a small rise in their unemployment rate to 5.6%. The good news is that 32,700 new full-time jobs were added in April, while 10,000 part-time jobs were shed. US Treasury 10-year yield is now at 3.11%, up 1 basis point today. The Chinese 10-year is at 3.73%, while the New Zealand equivalent is at 2.87%, and that's up 5 basis points. Gold is staying low at $1,290 an ounce in New York, down marginally on the day. Oil prices are pretty settled today, however, even though they're at a higher level, and are now just under $71.50 a barrel, while the US benchmark is just under $79.50 a barrel. In European markets, it is now over $80 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar has brushed off its budget's bump and is now down again at 68.8 US cents. On the cross rates, we're now down too at 91.6 Aussie cents and 58.3 euro cents. That puts the TWI back to 71.6. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.